Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to lesson 50A, the flip lesson about graphing and algebraically solving system of linear equations. Let's get started here with number 1. And we can start graphing f of x. It's x minus 1, so I can start down here at negative 1. Okay, and my slope here is 1, so up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. As such, down 1, back 1, down 1, back 1. Okay. Use a straight edge. I'm going to use a compass here. Slide this through. Arrows on both sides. Label that f of x. Second function, g of x, is 3x plus 5. I go to positive 5. Up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1, down 3, 1, 2, 3, back 1, 1, 2, 3, back 1, 1, 2, 3, back 1, 1, 2, 3, back 1. Draw that in. Label my g of x. Okay. And as we see, we have our point of intersection here. It is at negative 3, negative 4, which can then be substituted in to prove that it in fact works. For number 2, here I have my f of x is x plus 2, and my g of x is negative x plus 4. Positive 2, slope is again 1. Use my straight edge. That's my f of x. Label as f of x. Label my axes real quick. We want to forget that. Okay. G of x starts at positive 4. Goes down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. As it has a negative slope. Let's graph that in. There's your g of x. Okay. And we find that that meets at 1, 3. That's my ordered pair as my solution, which can be checked. Now on the next page, you will solve algebraically, numbers 3 and 4. When we solve algebraically, when we start dealing with our system of equations which we're coming up, which is going to be the equation of a line and a quadratic, or the line and a circle, we're going to always use substitution. So let's practice substitution here. And what I'm going to do here is move this over, make this 3x minus 7 equals y. I'm going to set them equal to each other. Now you will find that we use substitution sometimes a little differently when we start getting into our dealing with circles and like, but here we can very easily set them equal to each other. So, and this would be y equals negative 3x plus 5. So I set them as negative 3x plus 5 equals 3x minus 7. Add the 3x over, add my 3x over. 5 is equal to 6x minus 7. Add the 7 over, add the 7 over. And they end up with, move over so I have a little more room. Sorry about that, folks. End up with 12 equals 6x. Divide by 6. And I get that x equals 2. Now I take that x equals 2 and I plug it back into an original. When I plug it back into an original, I'm going to be able to get my value of y. I always plug back an original to make sure I have something that has not been doctored, so I make sure that there's no mistakes in what I'm doing. Y plus 6 equals 5. So my y value is negative 1. So my point is 2 comma negative 1. Now let's check that in the other equation. And we check. Now I used 3x plus y plus 3x equals 5, so let's now use 3x plus 7, or sorry, excuse me, 3x equals 7 plus y. So 3 times 2 equals 7 plus negative 1. 6 equals 6. It works. All right, let's try out number 4. Now, here we can use substitution, or we can actually use a called elimination method, if you remember back to when you did this when you were younger, because you could stack these up and get an answer. I'm going to use substitution. Okay, I get that y is equal to negative x plus 3. X equals, so x minus 4 equals y. Negative x plus 3 equals x minus 4. Again, substitution here working. I'm going to add x over, add x over. So 3 is equal to 2x minus 4. Add 4, add 4. 7 equals 2x. So x equals 7 halves. Now, think to yourself, okay, Mr. J, I got a fraction there. That's okay. It doesn't have to always meet exactly the point. It can meet at a fraction. It's not a problem. Let's take 7 halves, plug in. So I'm going 7 halves, so it's x plus y equals 3. 7 halves plus y equals 3. Minus 7 halves on both sides. That, of course, cancels. Y is now equal to negative 1/2. So my intersection is at 7 halves, comma, negative 1/2. Let's check this. We will use x minus y equals 4. 7 halves minus a negative 1/2 will equal 4. Well, we know that's true because it's 7 halves plus 1/2 is 8 halves, and that's 4. So this is good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So what you're going to do now is you should finish up 5, 6, 7, and 8. The answer key is attached to the back for 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you're having trouble with any of this, re-watch the video, retry the examples again. Okay? Remember, when you're substituting, make sure you have things set equal. If you're going to substitute into them, if you're going to use elimination method, whatever method you're going to use, just make sure you check your answer to make sure it works out. Thank you.